Most people have no patience. Absolutely no patience. And I think this is hilarious. Why do I think this is hilarious? Well, first of all, I used to have zero patience. It wasn't something that I learned in school. I didn't go to class and, oh, today in patience class, we're going to be talking about how to be patient. None of that stuff happened. I used to have zero patience. And I'm not going to say that single-handedly made my life worse, but it permeated out into many aspects of my life. I know, permeated, big word. What is this guy? The wolf hat thinks he's pretty smart or something. No, I don't. I know that I really know nothing. We all know nothing when we figure out how much there is to know. But patience is something that if you lack it, you're always going to be looking around for more and more and more instant gratification. Instant gratification. When you need instant gratification every single second, you need it to be now, 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 now. You have absolutely, wait for it, now. You have absolutely no patience. Why does this matter though? Why does it matter whether you have patience or whether you don't have patience? Is it really going to make your life worse if you don't have patience? In my experience, yes, absolutely. Even 5 years ago, I had zero patience. Now, let's kind of use some practical examples to see what I'm actually talking about. If you want to make any difference in your life, say in building self-confidence, I used to have zero self-confidence in that. When I was building my self-confidence, it's kind of like building a house. We could use that analogy. You're not going to build a house in one day. I'm not going to build myself up in one day. It would be pretty cool if it could. It'd be pretty cool if you could just snap your finger and the house just manifests right before you, maybe in a higher dimension, a higher plane. But here where we have to actually build the house, you need to do it brick by brick. Another example is that if you want to grow a tree, maybe the tree takes 10 years to grow and you're watering it every single day. And on the first year, you don't see even the tree come out of the ground. And you think, well, this is a waste of my time. What am I even doing? But you don't see the bigger picture. So patience is more of taking a step back and seeing the bigger picture. Now, patience is not laziness. Patience is not procrastination. People will think, well, if you're just being patient, you're not actually doing anything. You're not really taking any action. You're not pursuing your goals. No, that's not what patience is. Patience means you're taking action, you're being disciplined, you're being consistent, and you're going towards your goals, but you detach from the results. You detach from the when. You don't need it to happen now. You don't need it to happen even in 5 days. You understand that there's a bigger picture, and you're able to look from a broader view and to see that bigger picture. And I can just share from my experience, as I always try to do, that, all right, how do I say this? When I was trying to grow these trees, using this analogy, trying to grow these trees of self-confidence, if after the first day of, say, journaling or meditating, I didn't see any result, which I didn't. I didn't see any results for probably 6 months of doing this stuff every single day. If I didn't see any results that day, which I didn't, and I didn't have this bigger picture mentality, this patient mentality, I could have just thought, all right, this stuff doesn't work. I'm going to give up. But I kept going and doing it every single day. Not just one day, not just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 65, 120, whatever. I had to keep going and pushing through. And once I did, I started to see those results over time as they accumulate. That's one of those things. And you could apply this to your business. You could apply this to growing on social media, especially on this channel where I'm just kind of ranting. I'm not telling anybody about these videos. Maybe people will watch these, maybe they won't. I don't know why somebody would. Now, I guess I do know why somebody would if the content is actually valuable, if it delivers on the promise. But if I thought that this channel, I would just publish one video, I am Professor Wolfie, and it would get 1 million views, my expectations were completely wrong. So I guess patience might have a lot to do with our expectations, but also we're going to be really hard on ourselves if we're not patient. If we want everything to come immediately and it doesn't, what is that going to say in our mind? What are we going to say in our mind? What's our self-talk going to be like? It's going to be like, yeah, I knew you couldn't do it. And that, again, is going to permeate, another big word, or the same big word I used earlier, it's going to permeate into the rest of your life. I don't know. Just sharing my 2 cents here on patience. Most people have no patience. Maybe it's because of this culture that we live in where we have short form content. You can get everything on TikTok right now, or YouTube Shorts or Reels or any of these other platforms where you can get all of this information at you right now. It doesn't mean that it's high quality information. It doesn't mean that it's information that you should trust, but you get it right now. I don't know. Maybe people have just stopped caring about bigger results in accumulation, but maybe that's not true. I don't know. Maybe patience isn't that important. Maybe patience isn't that important. I don't know. I just think that in my life it has been pretty important, but I'm trying to think of a way in which somebody could live a great and successful life without having any patience. Because even if we're talking in relationships, if you have no patience and somebody snaps at you, what are you going to do? You're going to immediately snap back and make that situation worse and keep arguing, keep fighting, keep perpetuating the same little cycle, the same dramatic cycle. I don't want to make it seem like it's that simple, but even if somebody snaps at you and you just have a little patience and you're just able to take a deep breath, look at it from more of a meta perspective. Why am I in the middle of this argument? Maybe I shouldn't be so attached to the outcome. Maybe I should be more looking from a broader view and seeing what's the bigger picture. Do I really like this person? Maybe this is a family member. How can I keep this relationship long term and be nice to them? But when you don't have any patience and you just have these impulse reactions to kind of everything that's going on, I could see how that would ruin the relationship. Or, and this is a financial example, maybe this is for Conscious Money School, but for investing, it's that if you have no patience, you're going to get scammed left and right. You're going to get scammed left and right. If you're one of those people that wants to get rich quick, what do you think these fake get rich quick gurus are looking for? They're looking for that exact type of person who has no patience, who isn't looking at the bigger picture, and is just like, yeah, I want to make $1 million today. And they're like, do you want to make $1 million today? Easy. No experience needed. Just follow my 6-step guide. Just follow my 6-step guide. And you're like, wow. Because you think that that's actually possible. Maybe because you have no patience. I don't know. And I don't want to make it seem like patience is something that's easy to get. Again, the first 18 years of my life, I didn't have any patience. Again, I didn't go to a school. I didn't go to a class learning patience. How did I learn it? Maybe that's a rabbit hole for a different day, but I really just want to just share the importance of patience and that most people have no patience. Most people have no patience. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Maybe there's nothing good nor bad about it, but just how we apply it into our everyday life. Ooh, I like that. Nothing good or bad about it, but just how we apply it into our everyday life. How can we apply patience into our relationships? How can we apply patience into our personal development? Seeing what's the goal that I have for myself in 5, 10, 20 years and realizing that I'm not going to read all these books overnight. You don't have to. You're not going to grow patience overnight. That's the whole point. You grow patience over time and you're happy with that and you're fine with that because, again, you're not lazy, you're not procrastinating, you're taking action, but you're not wrapped up in the results of that action, or you're planting seeds into the ground and you don't care when the fruit actually comes up. That's another good example. If you're gardening, maybe there's some gardeners out there watching this, probably not. If you're gardening, when you plant seeds, you don't expect to water it and the sun comes out and, the next day, my apple tree's grown. No, that's not how it works. You water it every single day. You might not get apples for 6 months. You might not get apples for a year. I honestly don't know exactly how gardening works in the exact time frame, but it's the same thing when you're trying to garden thoughts in your mind. Your mind is like a garden. You're always planting seeds through thought. You're always planting seeds through thoughts and sowing them through actions, the actions that you take. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If only more people could just say, I don't know. Man, I'm being really patient with this one. In other ones, if I just stopped and had this kind of pause, I would probably just stop. But This is just another way that I'm practicing patience. I don't man. I think if I was a viewer, I don't even know if I would have the patience to watch this because the value isn't as clear. But I don't know. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Professor Wolfie. Professor. Oh, oh, oh! Oh, oh!